Okay, time for a disclaimer. We're supposed to do an opening, but Dave never recorded any of it. So, yeah. That's unfortunate, so we don't get to hear him make fun of himself, and by make fun of himself, I mean embarrass himself. Anyway, disclaimer, we're probably going to swear a lot, because it happens. We'll try not to spoil things, but if you've listened to anything prior to this, we'll spoil things, most likely. Pretty sure we did. This has all been done in post, because, like I said, we were supposed to sing, but we didn't. And we're bad at it, so you're safe for now. Anyway, on with irrelevant things for a little while. And then, an introduction.
Irrelevancy is the key to success.
What's irrelevancy?
Everything.
Wow. Everything you say.
Your face is irrelevant.
Wow. Okay,
yep.
That's good. That was a conversation.
There is truth in my stuff.
Toads.
There's truth in my pants. And also penis. I thought it was funny.
I didn't. I thought it was lewd.
That's because I am a lewd beast.
You are.
I are lewd. Yeah, baby.
Some would say lewd.
My lewdiness is rudiness.
Lewdiness and nudiness.
Nudiness. Ooh, nudie. Nude is good. Nude is good. Mm-hmm. Everybody likes the nude.
I don't. I like to wear clothes. They're comfortable.
You like nude?
Nah. I also find women more attractive when they're not nude.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not actually a man then, are you?
No, it's called wear attractive clothing and not just like, oh.
Or just wear no clothing and then boobies.
No.
The world of boobies is before you, my friend. I will teach you about the zongas.
I find it very strange that the lolicon
intimidating.
is... No, I find it strange that the lolicon is the one talking about how great breasts are. I actually question how much of a lolicon you are.
Lollies have boobs too? Or lack of? It still makes it good. Still makes it good. There is nothing wrong with lolicon.
There is something wrong with it if you're trying to take it literally in the real world, but
oh yeah.
In terms of fiction, then do whatever the fuck you want.
I fucking intend to.
Welcome to the Senpai Picture Podcast, or the Senpai Pie Podcast. I'm Jordan from Jordan.
You're
Jordan
Jordan from Jordan.
I'm Jordan from Jordan. Also senpai.co.uk, and Senpai please knows on ME, as it will be going up at some point when people start to help with it. And joining me today is
Dave
a lolicon
from Jordan.
Also from me.
He is
whoever said it was me specifically. Me just then, but how do you know I wasn't lying and or joking?
Because people do not know. I work on the thing that people are stupid. The people include myself, by the way, just so everybody knows. I'm fully aware of my idiocy.
I think we all are. Likewise with me. But hey. So
welcome.
Yeah, welcome. So we have weekly updates first, after those intros and that short rambling from Dave after the disclaimer that is pre-recorded. And by pre-recorded, I mean post-recorded, technically, because we still haven't done it yet.
Nope.
But Dave will have to do it tonight, whether he likes it or not, no matter how terrible it is. And so will I, because unfortunately it's Sunday today, and we tried this yesterday, but Dave was too tired.
Dave was so tired yesterday that I couldn't even finish answering the question that Jordan was asking me, and actually had to stop the podcast so I could go to bed. So today we have basically what is effectively a midweek update, or a mid-normal podcast update.
Even though at this point all the podcasts are probably going to be similar because they're weekly. So
yeah,
there is literally no change in content apart from the fact that
there's less content because
of the fact that it's weekly. But it doesn't matter.
It just means it'll probably be shorter.
We'll probably be able to make it 2 hours anyway. I raised my glass for no reason.
I will not be making it 2 hours. 10 o'clock, I'm off to bed. I got up at 5 tomorrow for driving to
Well, you
Bracknell.
have no choice.
I may die.
Unless we
Bracknell
can...
people stab you. If you're from Bracknell and you tell people that they don't stab you in Bracknell, you lie. Or you're the stabber.
So
you
still
know.
lie.
Yeah, so you still lie, basically.
Wow, just saying that all the people there are liars. Okay. Anyway, like last time, we'll start off with you in the weekly update, since apparently you don't have shit all to say.
Who, me?
Yeah. You, of course.
No, we went through this last night. My weekly update consists of I'm tired and nothing.
That's why we're going with you first. This is going exactly how it went yesterday. It's actually perfect.
It is. So my weekly update is I spent the week in West Brom. West Brom, not as bad as people make out to be. No anime shops at all, ever, around there whatsoever. In fact, there are not...
Suddenly got pretty quiet there, by the way.
Did I?
You're really quiet right now.
That's really good.
That's the problem.
Huh. That is a problem.
Huh.
Is that better?
A little bit.
What about that?
Keep going.
No, I can't. That's it.
Wow.
I have no idea what's just happened. Oh, wait. Is that better?
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's fucking...
Is there volume control on the microphone itself?
No, it's not the microphone volume control. It's actually Audacity just kicked the mic record down to, like, the lowest setting.
Huh.
I just boosted it up back to the top, and it knocked it back down to 50%, so... Which seems a bit weird.
Oh, well, yeah, fuck it. Just keep going. I'm going to leave that in just because it's funny. It's not
Thanks,
funny, it's just...
bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just gotta
Anyway,
keep in all
so...
the mistakes.
Weekly update continuing. West Brom's not as bad as people make it out, like I said. No anime shops, no comic shops, no manga shops. Although I may have missed some, but Google said, like, no. So, it must be true.
It sounds like it is here with nothing.
Mm.
Period.
Apart from that one shop that you went to and played cards without me.
No, that's Lincoln. That's like an hour away. I mean, like,
That's
literally,
close.
like an actually close place, not like a place that's an hour drive away.
Well, yeah, there is that.
I mean, there are probably places within that sort of, within an hour distance that have things.
Lots of things.
No.
Because
And
things are good.
to be fair, the card shop didn't actually sell Weiss Schwartz. There was just a guy there who played. Cool guy though.
I'd
Sure
love
I said that before.
I'd love to be, or have the money, and just open up a dedicated Weiss Schwartz. A dedicated anime shop, similar to Cooney's Comics, or Cooney's Coffee Shop, sorry.
Coods Comics.
No, not Coods.
Wow.
But, it would be
Totally.
cool, Coods Comics.
What would you call it?
Coods Comics.
Why comics?
Well, good point, we wouldn't really sell comics. Well, I think I would, just to please, the faggots that read comics.
Wow.
You know, them people that like Batman.
I guess James
mean,
reads comics or something, so I guess you're not too far off.
No. You're never too far off the mark when James is concerned.
No.
James, this is probably why you don't talk to us anymore. I totally understand. But Jordan almost caught the bug of gay, so... And to anybody out there that is gay, we're not homophobes.
Hey man,
It just-
whatever you want, just don't force anything onto me and we're fine.
Or
You
his
can
throat.
like whatever you want or do whatever you want, just as long as you're not forcing it on people.
Unless they
That's
like
why I
that kind
don't
of thing.
like the fanboys of the not even really bad show, just fucking ones with a
You're not
really shitty
thinking-
fan base. But that's besides the point right now.
What, like Naruto?
Yeah, that, quite specifically actually, and most shows of that variety. But hey,
That's the problem with big mainstream things. You get people that are really
too
just-
closed-minded
yeah.
and just.
It's like existence.
This is the only thing that
basically-
exists. But again,
Yeah.
besides the point, because I'm pretty sure we could go on about that in very large detail. We won't.
You have to have a love for things other than shit shows.
You
like
have to
Naruto.
respect other people's opinions, at least, if nothing
Yeah.
else. You can
I
disagree
think-
with them. Just respect the fact that you're not. That things are subjective in life.
Yeah,
The world.
I think I think I would like to have what do you call it? I'd like to have a love for Naruto purely because they have like so many shows, and it'd be something to like nice to watch in between updates. But I'm really loath to do it because I don't want to be part of that little.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know,
it would be nice to have a show that's like really long and ongoing, and you can just like keep going on with. But at the same time, you don't want to be associated with those people.
Yeah, I mean SAO kind of fills that little gap for me because it's got a good amount of episodes
it's
now.
nowhere near as long running. Again, like I was mentioning Index before, which we'll get to a bit later.
Yeah,
on,
yeah, Index and
still has more episodes than SAO, but obviously it's also been running a
One
fair bit
Piece. One Piece, I really like One Piece.
Not a fan of that either personally, but
To be honest, you can tell I like One Piece if you come into my room because
Probably.
I've got the New World flag, I've got the Wanted poster flag, all genuine, and I have the 10th anniversary One Piece Banpresto bag as well. So, like a tote bag thing, which I managed to snag. It's from like the French convention. It's really, really nice. It's got Chopper on the front.
I have a Tales of Festival tote bag. Don't know
Did
why.
you know?
Oh, I won it. That's why.
Oh, by the way,
It's great.
this something got released on the internet yesterday after we did the podcast, and it was really cool.
Wow.
It basically said Twin Tales is shit.
Wow. Kill yourself.
So good. You were
I do not
genuinely
condone
excited.
suicide, but
In my case, he does. He
no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to whoever.
he wants me to die,
Yeah, totally. Fuck you, man.
bro.
Why you gotta live and no.
Although
I've dealt
today,
with enough of
because I've actually had the joy of bringing up Akami get killed
suicide.
because
Oh boy. No, go on.
it's close. It's assassination, so it's kind of like the other way.
No,
around.
not really, not at all. I don't think assassination and suicide are the same. But please continue.
It is.
No.
Because they did something wrong, so therefore they've
No!
ensured their own death through being an asshole. So technically, suicide.
No.
They were killed.
Suicide
Okay,
is
so hang on a
killing
minute.
yourself, literally. Not, I did something super bad, and now someone's going to kill me because of it. It's
That's
like,
suicide.
No, it's not.
That's effectively.
That's
suicide.
digging your own grave, essentially, but it's not killing yourself.
You
and
took
killing yourself is what
you
suicide
took your
is.
own life by knowingly
You
doing
didn't take
stupid
your own
things.
life, you dug your own grave, is what the saying is.
Yeah, but if
But
you
you
jump
didn't
off a
fill
building,
that
the
grave,
pavement
someone else
kills
did.
you. You don't kill yourself.
What?
So the pavement's a murderer.
No.
Basically, concrete has taken more lives than Jack the Ripper.
Uh-huh.
Fear the sidewalk, people.
Mm-hmm. Live in fear, knowing that every step you take,
Could be your last.
not even your last, you'll probably trip.
Second to last.
Yeah, second to last. You'll probably like make one other step after the one that you would consider your last step because it was a misstep, and then you're like, oh no, try to recover, but then you died because you fucked up.
Yep, just like that.
On to my weekly update if you're done, since I'm pretty sure you went off topic, and for once it wasn't my fault entirely.
No, partially.
Unless you actually want to finish off what you were saying before we...
I have no idea what I was saying 5 minutes ago, so
Something
you
about Akame ga Kill.
continue. Go, my furry friend.
Just because I have a hoodie on that has no fur on it doesn't mean I'm furry at all. Basically all I've really been doing is keeping up with Hayate, the combat butler, and by keeping up with, I mean I finished the first season and I'm almost done with the second. I am on episode 23 now, so I'm literally like 4 total episodes I have to watch because I still have to watch 23. I got my stuff. I won't forget this time, which is the present from my brother-in-law, which is why I had 4 things and I, didn't mention that. But I got my Sora from Pop Kiki prize figure, which is actually a pretty nice prize figure. I got my Queen's Blade figure, because drills, there are 6 drills. All the pictures you're going to see of it, just the drills, that's it. And I got... See, I said I wouldn't forget, and then I forgot.
You forgot.
I did.
You.
Oh, my little Buster's Trial deck. How could I forget?
How can you forget?
I
Coop?
literally just looked, like, because there's my mic and then there's my monitor in front of that, my second monitor. I just looked straight on and looked down a little, and he's just peeking up behind my mic, and there's Kyosuke. And I was like, oh yeah, it was my little Buster's Trial deck.
Well,
Kyosuke is always there looking out for me.
Cood.
Based skit. Actually, is there a Cood? While I talk about the fact that I rewatched all of Index, and Index is great, I will look through this and see if I can actually find Cood, because I couldn't remember seeing a Cood.
Cood is disappointed.
Komari.
Cood is not happy.
No, there's Komari and Rin. There's Kuragaya. There's Komari and Rin again. There's Kengo. There's a Cood holding the frog boxes.
Yeah.
And then there's Rin. And then there's Haruka. Then there's Komari. Then there's another one. That's a much better Cood. Then there's Rin again. Then there's a Riki. Only 2 Rikis in the whole deck. So claps. Claps to you.
I am Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? I don't even know where that came from.
Me either.
Wow.
Some people would be all like, "Oh my god!" No, I don't know where that was going at all. Other than that, like I said, I was rewatching Index Season 2 because Index is great and the dub's been coming out, so I would love to get that sometime. Lord knows when. I'm getting Season 1. My friend's shipping it to me, which is cool. He actually said yesterday, Joseph, by the way, was all like, I was going to get you like a Little Busters extra booster.
Yeah.
But the guy said he couldn't ship it until quite a bit later, so I wouldn't get her in time, so he was like, nah. I called it
You
off.
were going to get me one?
No, Joseph was going to get me one.
Oh.
And then he was like, yeah, but all this bullshit. And then I was like, that's fine, dude. He's like, I'll just pay for your shipping for your stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
553 good, bro.
And apparently, because that gets to him tomorrow, or today, or yesterday, depending on whether this goes up on Tuesday or Monday, or Monday or Tuesday.
It turns up, or has turned up at some point.
No, it won't turn up to me. It will turn up to him.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
That is what I meant.
On the 15th, and then the shipping is said it's either 6 to 10 days. So I'm hoping it gets here in time for Christmas, but I doubt they're delivering things on Christmas Day, so I'm hoping it's closer to the 6th. But obviously, like, holiday rush type stuff. So it might take a little while longer, but other than that, because I brought that up because one of the things I ordered from Funimation was Index Season 1 for a grand total of $20, which isn't too bad.
That's
except
not shabby.
for the fart. Except for the fart. What? Excuse me. Except for the fact it was a cross
Fart.
between fact and part.
So
That's where
ended up
fart
with
came
fart.
from.
So,
I'm sorry.
except for the fart.
I accept the fart. I accept full responsibility for it.
For $20,
It was me, okay.
You were happy with it, except the fart.
Except for the fact that
Oh dear.
fucking Christ, what was it? Oh yeah, the fact that Index Season 1's being re-released on Blu-ray in January or February for $30. So
Sorry.
I'm like,
I need a tissue.
Railgun, on the other hand, is also being re-released around the same time, and I'll probably get that for
I
also
hope Rail
$30.
Wars gets onto DVD.
It's on Blu-ray in Japan, if you want it that way.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't like fucking dubs anyway. Well, I tell a lie.
Here's the issue.
I will watch a dub.
Here's the issue, Dave.
Proviso.
You say that, but do you like subs?
I love subs.
There might not be any subs. That's the downside to ordering things in Japan.
That is fine.
I
I
know,
can live with that.
Yeah, I know, I own 2. I own Pop Kiki, which didn't have any subs. Just for the hell of it, and I own Horizon, which had subs. Some releases do have subs, which is nice. Some don't.
You can actually make your own subs and then just use the overlay on VLC.
You could, but well, I mean, I wouldn't watch them on my computer anyway. I don't look if I wanted to watch on my computer or something, I would use a fucking Crunchyroll or something.
Yeah, I
I
have
mainly buy
Crunchyroll
physically
quite a lot.
because then it's actually nice to use a media player of some sort that isn't integrated into my computing system.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. On the other hand, though, also kind of my topic, since I'm pretty sure we're done with the weekly, am I right?
Yep, weeklies are all done.
Yep. Basically, we're now going to do a weekly segment, which we're going to do 2 parts to today. Hopefully Dave has something in mind, because... excuse me, I did tell him to.
What weekly are we doing again?
I'll just type it in and then, yeah. But first off, it's the Anime Online weekly sale, which
Yes.
this week is Broken Blade or Break Blade. I'll probably call it both, just because that's what I keep getting confused as to what I should call it, because in Japan, Break Blade, over here, Broken Blade, and I've sort of never really chosen one to call it. I always get mixed up sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's basically a set of movies and stuff. So it's like 6 movies, each about an hour long. Well,
You get 6 hours worth of anime for a
No,
tenner.
it's the same as any other series. It's more like 50 minutes. It's not literally an hour, it's around that sort of time. It's 300 minutes total, which is essentially like an anime series. Pretty sure it more or less is. It's the same as any other anime series, which is pretty cool. Which is why I was confused when they announced the TV anime, because I was like, this is pretty much the same length as one. So I'm like, not sure why. Unless it's a 26 episode series, in which case then. Hang on a sec, I'm just gonna... What was it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sorry about that. But basically, as for its story, I do keep bringing it up sometimes whenever you talk about Cross-Ange. And
Cross-Ange is good.
because when you explained Cross-Ange, I was like, that sounds like Break Blade. And it does, because essentially what happens in the story is everyone usually, like, it's the norm, as people would say, to have a power to control mana, essentially, which...
It's really similar to Cross-Ange.
It's yeah, the
Actually,
whole
it's nearly
thing
identical.
pretty much is. And then there's a guy and then anyone who can't use it, they're pretty much just like, here, do this manual labor thing. There are these robots which you can use with the ability to control mana, which allows you to control the robots, which is, again, where I made the sort of link between this and Cross-Ange, because robots and stuff like that, and mana. But the guy couldn't use it, and then he's like, I found this robot sometime, and it can't be used by people who use mana because they're too used to using magical things, whereas this is like an actual person mech type of thing, which you use manually, and everyone's like, how do pedals? Or something like that, I guess. And then it's a really good robot guy, and he hurts people. I actually want to rewatch it, I'll probably do that. I have it on Blu-ray over there. I'll go drag it off of the shelf.
I may have to watch... Well, you can actually... you can watch Gurren Lagann on Netflix at the moment.
Stop me. You made that connection yesterday and it's not. Just please.
What?
Just don't... No. So, have you not seen Gurren Lagann?
No, it's one of those series I'm leaving.
Excuse me!
How dare you?
You better get on that, mate.
Leaving the best for last,
dare you not?
so they say.
Even so, jeez. And then
It's
there's
kinda
me
like-
still
I
not
mean,
seeing
I'm-
Death Note or Bacchanal.
No, I haven't seen Death Note.
Hey! We're both the same. Except I'm kind of terrible because I've owned it for over 2 years now.
I just don't...
Got it in Euro. I got it at Eurogamer 2012.
To be fair,
For
the only thing I've
£25.
watched at the moment is on Netflix. I'm watching Yamada-kun's First Time, and
Speaking of which, it's actually one of the things I've got ordered incoming in the the
What's
Funimation
that?
order. Yamada's First Time, Big IHK.
yeah,
I actually have that ordered and coming with Index.
you
And
got to
Bimbo
come with
Gamiga,
Index.
which is also a great show. Or Good Luck Girl, as it's known in English. Really great
Luck
show,
Girl.
I didn't fucking expect it to be so good. But basically, Break Blade, £10, Anime Online. You should check it out if you want to.
And it's an English site as well, so if they do free delivery, it normally arrives.
It
in a
is
couple
free
of
delivery.
days.
That's actually a good point that we probably should have brought up. It's also first class. What
Yeah.
basically happens is they'll ship it out on Monday, and then you'll usually get it Wednesday. At least I usually get it on a Wednesday. You might get it sooner, who knows? You might get it later, I don't know. But it's
It's
first
good,
class, so it's usually pretty good.
I can't remember. I'm hoping they've got something nice for this Friday's.
This upcoming Friday, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Break Blade. Break Blade's awesome.
No.
So-
What I mean, like, something that somebody's already like that's big. Like they had Batum, and I suppose new season would probably cover.
Yeah, I guess I get what you mean. I mean, at the same time, I don't know about that at the same time because of the fact of it's like, yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know if they will. It'd be cool, but at the same time,
I doubt they will. But
yeah, I mean they had good stuff. They had Black Cat at some point, and Black Cat's
they had fucking
really
Infinite Stratos
surprising.
1. If they have if they get Infinite Stratos 2 come out as well,
look, that's not coming out over here for a good few months.
Hey,
that's not coming out until like over here for a good few months. So.
Yeah, true.
They probably won't until like next year, this time maybe.
I am really hoping as well that...
They probably will if you're willing to wait. I know IS2 is coming out over here, because it was on a site I was looking at.
Yeah.
Mentioned releases, but...
Do you know what, though? I really do think they picked the wrong voice for Lara.
Probably. I think they picked the wrong one for Charlotte,
on the English dub.
Just because of the fact that I wasn't a fan of using the accents, but that's just me. Personally. Yeah. It's funny, but it takes away from the waifu factor in some cases.
It does.
That waifu factor, though.
But
yeah,
hurts.
I guess. Rather than talking about the waifu factor now, I say we should probably move on to the featured anime of the week.
Yeah, featured anime of the week. I'll let you go first this time.
Fuck's sake. Okay, I guess I get to splurge first because, as I mentioned Index earlier, I'm not just on about Index because it's just... I love the whole Raildex sort of lore and the universe that it's in. So I'm going with that, so you should watch Index and Railgun. Pretty much alternate between the two, between Railgun 1, Index 1, then Railgun S, and then Index 2. Because I think that's more or less the chronological order, but it doesn't really matter too much. But if you want just, like, essentially the meat of the actual story, then Index is what you want to see. Railgun is pretty much following Railgun, also known as Misaka Mikoto.
Yeah! Got the figure.
Yeah, I've got my Kuroko one coming soon. Probably the same one you have, but...
yeah.
You see, one thing I want to just quickly say that I did say yesterday, which is why all this is kind of weird, is it's one of those few shows I don't watch because I like have a really sort of connection to the characters, I guess. Like, don't watch it because I'm like, oh, that character's so cool, best character, 10 out of 10. Not saying it doesn't have any characters that are, like, awesome, but I don't watch it for that. I watch it for its, like, just...
awesomeness.
Just the universe of it, not just its characters, but everything, because I just really like it. There's no, like, one character that's just like, oh man, that character would totally be super good waifu, which I'm gonna say I do that in a lot of shows, because I end up watching a lot of slice of life-ish shows, and it's like, oh look, I wonder which one of these would be the best waifu of the show,
Slice of wife.
Slice of wife, ooh. Slice of life who will give you some waifu. Something along those lines. Feel free to fuck around with that. I only request 10% royalties for that specific line if you enhance it at least. Yep. Totes. No. But basically, what it's all about is espers and magicians, pretty much, and the magicians are with.
Do you want to explain what an esper is? Because
espers. Basically, scientific magic, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what, more specifically in this series, an esper is essentially in some. I'm not saying like, oh, they're the exact same thing. An esper's a magician. No. An esper's just someone with superpowers, basically. Not magician. Fuck no. It's like if you've watched Haruhi, you will have some understanding of what an esper is because there is an esper in that. So. There you go. They have weird, mysterious powers. Supernatural powers. That's what an esper is.
Supernatural powers.
Basically, when Science and Magic clash to Stories Born, I got that wrong to some extent. But that's essentially what they say. No, when Science and Magic cross paths, that's the one. Close enough. Yeah, it had a C in it. It's fine. Great series though. And it's basically a case of the main protagonist called Toma Ichijo, something like that. Something along those lines. I probably should have looked up because I'm essentially repeating myself almost word for word, but not exactly.
Yeah. Do you think after like cocking it up once, you get the
Nah,
opportunity?
I would have to look into it, and obviously I wouldn't do that. It's more fun if I cock it up. Basically, his right arm is known as the right hand of God. No, it wasn't. It was something along those lines, probably. No, it was the right seat of God that were the group. I think it's the right hand of God that they address as sometimes. But long story short, it's called the Imagine Breaker, and it can cancel out any sort of supernatural thing, including God's blessings like fortune, which is why he's one unfortunate bastard who seems to get in trouble with all the girls, specifically the girls. Oh God, all to girls. Except it's still not like harem levels of ecchi comedy harem levels of that sort of thing. It's it's pretty tame in terms of there's no sort of like, oh, here's big romance plot. It's pretty far off that, really. Although Mikoto is kind of a tsundere. I mean, let's face it.
A tsundere.
If you want more of the sort of like cutesy-ish and less dark, more specifically, for the most part, there are still some dark bits in it, but if you want the sort of more comedic part of it, I would say Railgun's your better approach, because Railgun, I think, is actually addressed as slice of life, whereas Index isn't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of the genres of it is slice of life, and it pretty much is. But
I like a good slice of life program.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I don't. So.
No. Like, I'm just
we're in case you didn't know, we're not the super old gen type of anime viewers who are like, man, all of today's anime shit. They need to go back to the good old days.
Yeah, not happening.
No, I'm good, thanks. Sorry. I mean, you like what you like, but again, no elitists, please. I mean, I obviously have good taste, and everyone else is just shit taste.
It's wrong.
No.
Yeah, not happening.
No, it's fine.
I mean, to be fair, like we said in the past, myself,
like we said like a couple of minutes ago, even,
and a couple of minutes ago, like I am one of. Well, I know I'm not about in the past for this one because I'm one of the easiest to please when it comes to anime. You're
one of the easiest to please when it comes to a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true. But I think, to be fair, I like animation or anime for what it is. And even if the storylines are bad, if the artwork's good, I'll still watch it because I genuinely like studying it, and it kind of works all ways around. I will always try and find a good part and a reason to watch a show, just because there's not enough people out there that will do that. And I think that's what kills a lot of like the newer shows by some of the new companies as well, because they don't live up to people's expectations, and people don't tend to give them not enough credit, and then they can't make anything else because it just ends in really abysmal.
Yeah.
Ending.
I mean, at the same time though, it's like part of people's obvious sort of like coming back to that is like, oh fucking no, all the reason there are so many of the edgy shows are because that's what sells over there, because of the filthy otakus.
Yeah.
But, come on, don't
be like that.
Don't be that way, man.
No, bro.
Just enjoy the medium for what it is.
And life.
I mean, I can understand if you really enjoyed something and now it's gone, but it happens.
Yeah.
All good things must come to an end, which is why a lot of the constantly ongoing shows aren't good. Shots fired. I don't really mean that, though. I mean, like what you want. Dave is clearly a testament against that, because he likes One Piece, and that doesn't seem to have an ending in sight.
No. One Piece. If One Piece beats Naruto, I will be so happy. It is, because the
Naruto manga's apparently ended. I only know that because I know people on the internet.
Finally! Give it another 10 years and people will forget it existed.
No, I highly doubt that.
Well, yeah,
it's too integrated into.
I think in 10 years' time, I will.
Plus the fact that, let's be honest, they're probably doing more of it. I'm pretty sure they are, even. Just a different something.
Yeah, I will probably watch Naruto when everybody stops watching it. Just because. I mean, I'll admit I watched a few episodes of like the first season, but then like I just got put off by the massive douchebags that sit there and argue if I don't like a particular fight, or I don't like how some of the episodes are fillers. Or,
it's not
you know,
even so
like
much
this.
that. It's just the fact that most of them are like, oh my god, you're not a fan of the whole medium because you don't like Naruto, god. And it's like,
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know that this
especially
show
ones
is
that-
everything about an entire medium of entertainment. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's the ones that if you don't
Not
like
even the most
show,
long-running show,
then
or
you're
the
not an
earliest show,
official-
or really anything.
Yeah,
I would dare say
a
not
long-
even the most iconic show, but
To be honest, if you want to watch a long-running show and one that's been around for fucking ages and is still going and is still being remade and still has spin-offs, is the Macross series.
yeah.
Robotech Invasion. I mean, just that's old. I mean, that's really old. Not like
Yeah.
super old, but it's old and it's still going. They're still making shows to do with that. I mean, some of them are like music shows, and it's a testament to how good it is. You know, and how many people genuinely still appreciate it, and it's still done mostly with the original artwork. Speaking of which, I actually picked up the entire Macross series for a tenner.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's the entire one. It's just
I think
basically.
you said Robotech or something like that.
Yeah, it's the complete Robotech saga. It's the Macross saga 1, 2, and 3, the Masters, and New Generation. 85 episodes over 7.
Did it say it was made in
disc
Malaysia?
boxes. Nope,
Good.
doesn't. It's fine.
Did it say end at the end of all those episodes?
I wish it did.
I really don't, because that would mean it is a bootleg. But hey.
No, it doesn't say.
It reminds me of this one guy on the American eBay who was like, I'm selling all of Code Geass for $10. And my friend John was like, oh man, look how legit this is. And it's literally just like sort of regular blank DVDs with Code Geass written on it. And then in like little sleeves. I'm like, that doesn't look like it's just a copy of it at all.
No, not at
Not
all.
at all. It's not. No, totally legit. Yeah.
If I accidentally bought
I-
a bootleg,
Part
I'd be
of me
annoyed.
Part of me wanted to get it just because that's hilarious. But I wouldn't, because fuck that.
No,
wanna
support
buy
the.
Support the official
Minions.
release, as every abridger in the world will tell you, myself
Mhm.
included, whenever I do another, which is never.
You
Sorry.
have to support the release. It's just not fair else.
Of course. That's what we do, in one way or another. After that little tangent, it's time for your featured anime.
It is. I had one yesterday that I decided to go with, but I think I'm going to change my
You're gonna
mind.
swap over to the other one that you had in
No,
mind?
no, I'm pulling out my
Oh.
trump card.
Oh no. Is it
Pull it.
Ilya?
No, it's not Ilya actually.
Oh shit!
I'm saving Ilya. I'm gonna
You see,
wait.
you usually save your trump card. That's why I said.
Yeah, but this Il is like my super trump card. She's my
What's your super trump card? What's your super duper trump card?
Ilya.
It's a real question.
Ilya Dry,
Wow.
because that hasn't been released yet, so
Mm-hmm.
I can pull that out of the bag
Anyway,
when I've
just
watched the first
go on.
episode.
Just go.
Yeah, stop fucking distracting me, dude. Anyway, my anime of the week easily has to be Infinite Stratos.
Oh, that was my second guess. Oh.
Oh, I went there. Yes, I did. For those of you that haven't watched Infinite Stratos,
Everyone I know doesn't like it, but hopefully
they're
we'll
all
change their
faggots.
minds.
Everybody you know is obviously a massive bellend.
Well, I guess you are, Dave.
I like Infinite Stratos.
I know, but you said everyone you know, and
Well,
I know
yeah,
you.
I will
so-
admit I'm a massive bellend. It comes with the territory of being so fucking handsome.
Wow.
Yes. Look at me. You can't, because there's no camera.
True.
Fuck my life. Anyway, basically, I'll give you a quick brief rundown on what Infinite Stratos is. It's based around a guy who can operate a certain suit of armor. And no, I'm not talking about Gundam. He then gets accepted into an all-girls academy because said suits of armor are only usable by female pilots. The reason is never disclosed, and it's still unknown, even to this day. He eventually makes...
No, wait, I know why.
Oh, God.
No, it's because the person who made them was a feminist.
She was female.
Oh, full circle.
And-
Oh my god.
the person that made the suits is the big sister of this chap's childhood friend. So
one of them.
They all there's two. There's Yang and
who knows how many more there might be.
Well, yeah, he seems to prop up a few every now and again, because you got Yang, who's the Chinese representative candidate. You've got
Yang,
Shifuyu, which is his
original
sister, who seems to have a slightly more than sisterly relationship with him, as they bring up in season 1, where Laura and that come round his house, and he's like, "Oh, I'm making dinner," and they act like husband and wife and stuff for a bit, and it's quite funny. But it basically, he goes to this academy and he meets like old childhood friend. He meets other people from different countries. One's pretending to be a boy, which ironically is the one that Jordan wishes was his waifu. So kind of explains
from that show specifically. Look, yes. I'm gonna just quickly go off on something here. I find it weird that most of the females I would choose as a waifu from some series like Konosuke, blah blah. My sister, no, it was different. What was the show again? Like the English title. My little sister is among them. Is the English title because I fucking forget. Who is Imoto is another title for it, but a chick who dresses up as a dude in that 10 out of 10. Naoto Shirogane from Persona 4, 10 out of 10.
I think you have a thing for chicks that dress up as guys.
I think I do, and I'm not gonna lie about that, to be honest. Wow. Look, let's put it this way:
tomboys are cool.
Would you like Ilya in like your shirt and just your shirt? Classic outfit, very
yes,
exactly. 10 out of 10.
I can't believe you even need to ask me that question.
I don't need to. I mean, it's just a great.
The yes would.
I just said it to prove a point. So
punched you in the face.
Just like
I can't even say yes to that because the world would blow up from the amount of force that would come from the wish of me wishing that was so true.
Someone in the world has probably made it true.
Oh my god! Don't tell me that. I'm going to Google it.
Look, we both know that it's there somewhere, but don't do it now.
If it's not done, I will do it.
Yeah, you will. Anyway, keep going. I'm done with my little sidetrack there.
Yep. So yeah, basically, it focuses around this guy. There's battles involved. The academy that they go to involves practicing how to fight using these suits of armor, and it's mostly done as like a sport, purely because they're designed for battle, but because there's only like 600 or so operational units, because the chick that makes them only turns out a certain amount of cores and various other pieces. Nobody ever actually gets around to it, except there are some bad guys in it that do have some evil ISs, or not evil ISs, but they have evil thoughts that involve infinite stratos.
Malicious intent.
Yeah.
There you go.
Malicious intent. But the reason the show's called Infinite Stratos is because the armor suits are called Infinite Stratos units. Why, I've never found out, but I think the name itself is pretty cool. So much that I want to change my name to Infinite Stratos.
Please don't.
It would be brilliant.
It's also plagiarism.
It's not.
It probably is in some countries.
No,
that's also a really just person name. Terrible.
It's a great name. What's your name? Infinite. Oh yeah.
No,
I'm not really going to. If I was going to change my name, it would be Ilya. And I'd wear pink bows and everything.
Ilya is also a guy's name, apparently.
Oh, that works.
It does.
I can live with that. That's totally fine with me.
Yep.
But so basically, he goes into this academy. They end up making friends. They get into loads of little random fights until eventually they realise that somebody's involved. Somebody from his past. I won't exactly tell you all the characters because I want to leave it up to people. But the storyline's good, and it doesn't end after season 2. It's quite open. So I'm hoping, among hope, that they bring out a third season. And looking by a lot of the new OVAs and stuff that they're doing, and the little kind of special shows and the new releases and stuff from like the actual media company that process all the Infinite Stratos project, It's looking good, but then again, with things like this, you can never really tell.
Exactly.
But
Which is why it sometimes annoys me when people are like, oh my god, season 2, totes confirmed, but it's like, unless it's one of those shows that actually comes up at the end, I think, did Log Horizon do it? Like, at the end it's all like, second season, like, greenlit, etc, etc. Ayate's first season also said that, like, second season under production. And Horizon season 1 did. I think Valve Rave also did. I need to watch season 2 of Valve Rave at some point as well, actually.
Yes, you do.
I do.
So, what would we have up next?
What we would have up next? Well, we're essentially done with featured, which means we're pretty much on to... Fuck, we totally forgot.
We did.
We should have done this earlier, but no, as in, like, something we should have done earlier. I know what we're doing. We're doing topic and then...
Something we should have done earlier.
And then topic.
But,
Discussion and then topic. But... basically, what we're going to do from now on, more or less, is we're going to have a featured product of the week as well. In case you're interested in picking stuff up and would like to know what we would recommend this week.
And this
Dave,
week...
start off! Just because I don't know if he's prepared.
I have. This week,
shit,
for the featured product,
I'm gonna be really
we have the Log Horizon Akatsuki Mug Cup.
Oh, okay. You literally went with my suggestion.
Yeah, I know, I did, purely because I actually
because you
own
actually
the
have
cup.
it, yeah.
And I love it. I mean, as far as mugs go, it's just a normal black ceramic mug, but it's covered in Akatsuki, like eating red bean buns and being all cute and adorable and shit. And it just has like tasty written on it, and it's just such a nice little product for something simple you can use every day and really appreciate the show, and especially if you love Akatsuki. And you can acquire it through CD Japan for £4.29. Shipping's a couple of quid as well, I believe. Or if you're going to buy it in different amount, it's 800 yen. But you guys can actually calculate there. I will tell you the shipping now.
Well, don't, because this is literally just UK shipping that you'll be telling them. So
yeah, but that doesn't matter.
One great thing about CD Japan is that you can actually tell the shipping, unlike other sites we use.
Yep.
By other sites, I mean other site, because Hobby Search does give you a price for shipping as well.
Yep. Oh no, Mandarin.
No, they don't.
Or Mandarake.
We haven't. Those are really recent for us. We haven't used them yet, so we can't recommend them.
I have. I'm still waiting for it.
Well, that's what I mean. You haven't gotten your stuff, so you can't really say that you've used them so much.
No.
You can't give an in-depth review until you've like bought a couple of things from them, in my mind. Which is why I always recommend Army, because I've been buying stuff from them for over a year. I think I'm qualified to say, like, hey, they're good or they're shit. I only fucked up an order once, and when they did, they really made up for it, which is pretty awesome.
Yes, so basically...
Yeah. Let me do mine first, and then we'll go through the other stuff about them.
Right, go on then.
Yeah. And for me, I was going to say the Log Horizon soundtrack, just to keep it on. But if you wanted to get the Log Horizon soundtrack, you can do that too. But I'm actually going to change it, because I haven't listened to as much of the Log Horizon soundtrack. Though it is great from the actual show. Wait, I'm going to have to cut here for a sec. Okay, sorry about that. Just quickly do something, so there might be a cut there. Basically, as I was saying, I've listened, obviously, to the soundtrack through the show, but I haven't listened to the soundtrack independently, so I can't fully recommend going for that, but if you like it, then obviously you can. What I am going to recommend, though, this week is the Persona Q soundtrack. Why?
Really?
Because fucking Persona soundtracks are amazing. Persona has super good music, and Q is no exception. It has remixes of other songs from previous Persona games.
Oh dear.
It's actually super great.
Super great.
Persona Q soundtrack, that's my recommendation. And there will be links in the description to both of those. You can look for Log Horizons on your own time. However...
My Log Horizon.
Yeah, just straight up buy it. It's a good show. And databases. Buy the opening for Log Horizon.
I was living in the database.
I think we all were at some point in our lives, unfortunately. But basically, what we're trying to also say is that we got affiliated with CD Japan. And one thing that we're just going to straight up say is no, we're not doing it just because we want to get like the small amount that we actually get each time, although still cool. We did it because of the fact that I've used it for in a theory over 2 years. It's the first place I actually got stuff from. They are really reliable and have a good service. The only downside is they don't do as much merch as Army, which is what we mainly go for. Which is why we definitely stress Army over CD Japan personally. But if you want any form of media, as we said, I think last week as well, definitely like the best place for the most part. They do still sell some merch, but they sell out quite often. But sorry, Dave, go on.
Sorry, I was going to say also their 90% up to 90% off sales are usually fairly good, and they have some really nice gems in.
Yeah, they actually do have some older stuff. If you want to get White Schwartz cards, they don't have that many. They go out of stock real quick. But there are. If you look it up, then you'll come up with some things that have them. I only bring that because I tried to look there at some point. They do have card games and stuff as well. They have a lot of cool stuff. So there are going to be 3 links in the description. One for Dave's product, one for my product, and just like a general link that you can go. And if you buy anything from them within 30 days of clicking that, then we get a little kickback. It doesn't charge you any extra, but if you feel like supporting the podcast and you'd like us for God knows what reason,
support us.
You don't have to if you don't want to. Obviously, you can just not. I'm not going to say you have to at all, because that would be too much. But
there is some nice stuff on. They've got a lot of the Idolmaster CD albums.
Yeah, like we said, anything like media, like DVD, Blu-ray, CD, all that sort of stuff. Books, if you want manga, they're really good. The only downside to importing manga is shipping is expensive because it's books, and books are heavy. Only downside.
That's the only downside.
You can get volume 1 through 13 of Index, which if you can, again, it's also in Japanese, so you can get it all for £30 or like, I think it was 5,000 or so yen, which is like less than 500 yen per volume, which obviously is cheaper than English manga, but only downside being it's like 2,000 yen for shipping. And that's SAL.
And it's the best place to get Nyantai, Dagenki, and various other magazines as well.
I can vouch for that in the sense I've got it from them too.
And you can get fake Collide Liner stuff, and it's cheap, and buy it all because Ilya is the best. Do it now.
Let's stop splurging about everything, because that was something we need to get out of the way. And now, which you want to do first, topic or waifus?
Waifus.
Okay, waifus. I've escalated it to 4 because I kind of should bring one up just for the hell of it, just to sort of counteract one of yours. So you get 4 each, and this is essentially us just announcing the waifus and hoping that the other person here doesn't try to crawl up onto our own waifus, because fuck you. You're not allowed.
Basically, we're gonna not try and out waifu each other.
This is also somewhat of a top 5, I guess. Top 4 essentially, because.
Can we make it 5?
Sure, but that's okay. One thing we're gonna declare right now, or I'm gonna declare, and Dave isn't allowed. And neither of us are allowed. It doesn't matter what you're typing, it's not valid because I'm just saying it's not valid. Okay.
I'm not typing to you, I'm just writing out my waifus.
Okay, I was about to say. Basically, Coco and Sakurai are not eligible for waifuism because
Coco is already on my waifu list.
Nope. Coco is... Look, man. No one's allowed Coco. Coco's just...
Tough.
Coco is above...
Coco
is above us all.
She got waifu'd.
She isn't.
Yep.
Nope. In which case, I guess I have to add her onto my top 5 then, if you're going to be that way.
Damn it, I made 5 and I want more.
Exactly, that's what I mean. You fucking... God, what is the word even?
Okay. I have 5 that I'm reasonably happy with.
Okay.
I can probably name about 20. 5.
Wow.
100.
Okay, so we're essentially going to rotate, so you can go with your number one, then I'll go with my number one, and number two.
Damn it. I've got
no,
two number ones.
because you're not allowed... No, you can't. Again, you can only have 5. So essentially you can only do that. God.
Damn it. Right. So, my top
I will
waifu.
say one thing right now, though. I know that everyone's going to get on our asses for not only having one waifu and being unloyal to our waifus, but... Hey.
Yeah. Misogyny's good.
Misogyny OP.
Just thought I'd get that in there.
Misogyny is overpowered, guys.
Yeah, these are goddesses, so in heaven, misogyny is fine.
Uh-huh.
Trust me, I've got a book, and
Is it the Bible?
There is goddesses in it, and they're all like for misogyny, so it's fine. They create a harem, and they're happy to all be a said person's wife.
Wow. Okay, go on.
Yep. So my first waifu and my favourite waifu and my ultimate waifu is Laura Bodewig from Infinite Stratos. Now Jordan's gonna bitch at me about Ilya, but Ilya is like
no,
my top
I already
lolly.
bitched about you yesterday, and I'm like, I'm good for now.
Yeah. Ilya's like top lolly, but Laura.
At the same time, you're a
definitely...
lolicon, so I don't see the problem with why you would bring that up.
Yeah, I know, but Laura's kind of like my first official waifu, so I think I'm gonna have to stick with her out of loyalty. And I watched the scene last night of her and Charlotte in the cat onesies, and like that pretty much just sealed the deal again. Cause
Side note,
fucking horrible.
When we go to Japan Expo, we're pretty much trying to push as hard as we can to go as Laura and Charlotte.
Yeah, with the hands, even though that's really stupid. Oh my god, that will make life easy. We'll just go with cat onesies for cosplay.
No, that's what I said before. We'll have that as one of them, but not because it's a 5-day convention.
Yeah,
I was gonna say we can find the cat onesie easy, but actually
I'll just
something...
go as Totoro and just take off the eyes.
Wow,
it's just fine.
Wow.
So, number one waifu for Dave, Laura Bodewig, Infinite Stratos. Google her, admire her. I've got so many drawings of her that I've done. It's unbelievable. Because my love is that big.
Applause, guys! Applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bring the applause.
Jordan.
Hello.
Go.
I'm Jordan.
Top waifu.
Top waifu. Shina Mashiro, or Mashiro Shina from Sakura.
Yes, knew that was coming up. I didn't put her on my list purely because I knew you were picking her.
Listen here, I have the Dakimakura, I have the plushie. I kinda have to. The irony being the fact that your profile picture is her.
Yeah, I have a big love for Mashiro, but Laura is still my top love.
Yep. And I cuddle with Sheena every night, so I have, that loyalty is definitely there.
Yeah, there's loyalty every night.
Look, I'll say one thing: she's also fully as clothed as I could find her. Because one thing I just kind of want to get out of the way, since it's
body
pretty
pillows
much
are nice.
It's pretty much related to waifus, but I don't like. It's not body pillow. Just call them a Dakimakura. Just fuck it. But basically, look. If you do lewd things to your Dakimakura, that's up to you. But please. Don't go around just assuming that's what everyone does, because it's not.
Or has. There are Dakimakuras out there that are tasteful.
Yeah,
like, there's
like
one of Laura,
mine. It's
and
like a swimsuit
one side
and a
she's
shirt.
in her IS uniform. Yeah. One side she's in her IS uniform, other side she's in her swimsuit. I see no issues with that. Yeah. The ones that I don't
if they're fully naked and
like,
look really lewd, which mine doesn't,
then
obviously I understand whatever the fuck you want to do. Because that's why I didn't want one like that, because I'm like, I don't want... It's a fucking pillow. Let's be fucking real here. It's not its purpose. I'm just like, I like to hug things. I have had this, like, fucking feather pillow since I was a little kid. I'm a child. I cuddle my pillow.
I bought a K-On plushie of Yui, so...
I got a custom-made Sheena plushie, because the official one that was released, I think it was official at least, was kind of really bad looking. Not gonna lie. So I commissioned someone to do it. So I paid more for the plushie than I did for my Dakimakura. Which is really weird considering the typical price of them. But it's enough of me talking about Sheena. So my number one waifu is Sheena. Yours you pretty much already said, but go on.
My number 2 waifu, Ilya.
Surprise. Not surprise.
Ilya is the main character from Fate Collide Liner. She is one of the support characters in Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, and I believe in most of the Fate series. She is the owner of the Berserker in the Unlimited Blade Works one. She portrays the Archer in Fate Collide Liner, and actually she does pretty much most of the cards in Fate Collide, apart from Saber, I believe. She is adorable and cute, has a thing for her brother, and you can't understand how cool she is. She is amazing. Just watch. I have so many posters of Ilya that it borderlines on crazy. However, the reason Laura is my top one at the moment over Ilya is because I have a towel of Laura, the same amount of posters, and yeah, she's covered my wall.
That moment when you're basing waifu off of the amount of merch.
No. That's
essentially what you said, but...
Yeah, but it's not what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's fine. I also have a Sakuto manga.
Yeah, exactly.
Just throwing that out there. Still need to get a Sheena figure. There's a very specific one I want.
But he can't get it because they're either out of stock, too expensive. Or...
It's more or less out of stock, or I'm not sure on the seller or the quality of it. And it's going to be a little while until I'm perfectly sure and want to pick it up. Unless it goes on sale on Army, in which case... I'm going to be honest, Dave. One reason I have this Ilya figure is because one day there's going to be something that you get that I need to use as blackmail. not even, but like just...
Yeah.
Just
you're going to use it as a payment.
Just as a backup. Like, hey, I heard you liked your Ilias.
Ilya.
And then you're just
so yeah,
make
Ilyasfeel von Einsburn is my second top waifu. Jordan, number 2 for you.
Howdy. This is essentially where everything gets really clouded because it's like Sheena and then everyone else. It's actually incredibly hard for me to make a choice of all of these, but honestly, just because essentially first waifu, Sheena wasn't first waifu because Sakura So came out a while after. Basically, Ayumi Takahara from The World God Only Knows, also known as First Girl from The World God Only Knows. Can't tell you why for the life of me. I just really like her and just like her character and the design. To the point that I literally spent a good damn long while trying to find what I'm currently aware is the only figure of her in existence. Not literally as in the only one made, but of like the certain type. It's not the best looking figure, but it's the only damn one I could find. And that kind of bugs me, whereas with Sheena there are a few, and with other ones... You see, I'm not gonna lie. It was just too tough. To the point I was like looking around my room to see who I had figures of, as to help me decide on 5. Because unfortunately I'm not that as much of a fucking, I'm not that into polygamy, My harem's not that big.
Polygamy's good.
Yep. Basically that's all I can really say apart from the fact that, 10 out of 10. First Dakimaku I wanted to get, and then I couldn't get because it went out of stock, and it was 9,000 yen. Probably not going to pay 9,000 yen. Yeah, there we go. Ayumi Takahara from World God Only Knows. And Dave, you're number 3, I guess.
Number 3.
This is where it starts to get cloudy because I can easily guess your first 2, but anything after that, just like, where are you going?
Yeah, number 3 is a kind of like a newly acquired. I'm not saying newly acquired. She's gone up a few places during the course, but Kud.
Okay.
Kudra Akanumi. I think that's how you pronounce the last name.
Yeah.
But she's one of the members of Little Busters. She is like. I think it just comes down to me being a lolicon again.
Here's part of the issue. Because you
Yeah.
can have her there on that position, but unfortunately I'm pretty sure you're outranked by Joseph. Joseph's not on the podcast, but he is a senpai. He is officially a senpai now. Because of considering he is pretty much the one who's done the most work towards anything. In terms of he's been building all the sites and all that, and he's just like kept going. And he's also the writer for the comics, which I should probably do more of once I'm a bit more into this manga.
We're off topic again.
I know, but I just wanted to bring that fact up because we are on the topic of waifus and other senpais might have clashing things. But you can keep going with your positioning, but just thought I'd bring that up.
Yes.
Because it's essentially...
Cood. Shut up.
Cood.
God damn it.
10 out of 10.
Cood is talking.
English dub Cood better than Japanese dub Cood.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Look,
Because of the
we
voice.
have to agree with that one. Everyone
is
in the world
funny.
has to, because English dub Cood is
Please coming again
infinitely...
to see me.
No, please to be coming again soon to me. It's like the broken English plus the little adorable Russianish accent. It's like, oh.
I know, it's just so good.
It's so great. Only reason I want to rewatch Lil Buster's English dub. Because Cood.
Because Cood. Cood's cute.
Cood's
She's
so good,
adorable.
as we put it before.
She's got white hair, blue eyes, and she has a weird uniform
She also
compared
has
to
two
everybody
dogs,
else.
Shulker and Belka,
That's very true. Siberian Huskies, I believe.
probably.
But yeah, she is very, very, very adorable. If you like little lollies, then Little Busters is one to watch just for Cood.
I think you mean
I have
Lolly
a
Lolly
Cood
Hunters.
flask coming. I'm like the lolly hunter.
No, Lolly Lolly Hunters. I'm pretty sure that's what one of them was. In one of the episodes, they basically say that. Just cause.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, number 3 for you, I believe.
Uh-huh. And this is also where it gets still cloudy yet. Because here's the... Typing again, I see. Because here's again my issue, which is... My highest one's actually pretty low, essentially at the bottom, just because... You see, I have to go with this, but at the same time it's like one of those really weird ones, because... I'll put it this way. If Persona's taught me anything, idols are not the best waifus, because idols are, like, obviously preoccupied with all of their fans. But even so, Miki Hoshi or Hoshi Miki from the Idol Master is easily just the
Yeah,
best
I know what you
best
mean.
idol in general to me. I know you pretty much prefer Love Live, which is why I want to get an Idol Master deck just so we can go head to head. I might Idol Master one against your Love Live one. That'd be pretty
You'd
sick.
lose.
Idol Wars. Only
Then I'd
downside
just
being, as far as I'm aware, there aren't as many... The only issue with the Idol Weiss Wars decks is because there are so many idols. It's like,
Yeah.
if you want a deck of just one idol, you're essentially either going to have 4 of each card, or like a bunch of other people in, which is the only downside. But Miki is just like best idol in Idol Master and just in general, to me at least. She calls the producer Honey, which is just adorable, and she's just like, I have the Beach Queen of her over there. I don't like her older design. Idol Master, like the anime version, definitely.
Yeah.
The video game one, not so much. Early video game one with the brown hair, also even less so. But again, that's the only other problem, because there are like 4 Idol Master decks. I think there's the 1, 2 anime and movie. But obviously the first 2 were for the game, so they're not the one that I like, which is the issue.
Dear.
So it's even fewer, but yeah, Miki's so good. She also talks in third person, which, as I'm pretty sure quite a few people would agree, is great. Jordan is very happy with this outcome.
Jordan is very happy with this outcome.
Third person! And now it's Dave's turn.
Take a break. 2 seconds.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. You are pretty much 20 times longer than you said you were going to be.
Yeah, I know.
Keeping that in, by the way.
Hey?
Keeping that in, by the way.
Wow. Talk about gay. Just being massive.
So, number
fellatio.
4.
Yes. Number 4.
Here's
for
where
me
I'm waiting for the conflict.
is a bit of is a little bit of a conflict because it's a toss up between. No, I'm not going to tell you who it's between because otherwise.
You
I'll
can say it in the
upset you.
chat, I guess.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even going to. It's you I don't want to know.
Wow.
I think number 4 is going to have to be Coco.
You see, this is where it comes in. As to A, the rule that I previously instated, and B, because she's also on my number 4 spot. Just, look, I'm pretty sure we both did the same thing. Did you, do a dash someone else just in case?
No, I just...
Because I did,
put
because I
Coco
knew
in.
that you were going to bring it up, and I'm like, I need a backup, just, because if you didn't bring it up, I was going to be like, if you really want to go that way, just to have a position. But...
Yeah. But basically Coco is one of the main characters, or... She is, kind of the second main character of a show called Golden Time.
Which apparently, according to the Valero live stream, not many people knew existed, and I was the only person there who did. Golden Time's
And
too good,
me.
though. No, in the specific live stream I was watching. No, I
Oh,
don't
right.
think anyone knows of what Golden Time is. I'm like, I do!
Golden Time is one of the best animes I have
Oh!
ever
Oh,
watched.
hang on. So you prefer Coco over Tiger?
No,
Then where's Tiger on your waifu list?
Tiger can never be my waifu.
You cry. You cry over Tim.
I know. Tiger's are special for me. She's like my...
No,
she
can't
is...
have special, has to be placed. No cheats. Coco and Sakurai have to be, the ones excluded for being just the most goddess-like.
It's fine.
They're
It's
above
fine.
our human plane of comprehension.
They are. Coco is goddess.
Exactly.
Style. She's...
Even in the figure I have, it's pretty much. It's
Yeah, I know what you mean.
to the point that I was genuinely I need more posters and I need candles and I need to build the shrine as soon as possible and just pray for prosperity, just every night.
The thing is Coco is one of those characters which she just, however it's played, was done so well.
Yeah.
And the anime was so good. Basically, it's a romance anime. Romance.
Not gonna
comedy.
lie, I prefer Golden Time over Toradora personally.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
I'd-
you. But...
I just love Golden Time. It is one of my ultimate favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a head and tails above most romance comedies that I've watched. The storyline on it is so good. The development is so good. The twists, the turns.
Part of the also sort of nice part is it's not high school, even though it's still a nice form of school. So it's not
they're
like that high,
university.
but it's also that's the point because Nana, who is a character in it, is obviously from a show also called Nana. Not sure if you've seen
Yeah.
Nana, have you? Have you seen Nana before?
No, I haven't.
I have.
No, not me.
But basically, that show is also dealing, and it's a really loose connection in a lot of senses. But because in Nana, it was a lot more adult, and it was actually dealing with sort of college student to adult age groups in the
Right.
show. And with Golden Time, it's pretty much the same, which is a nice change, but at the same time, it's not the biggest change because obviously it's still in an educational environment, unlike Nana, which I'm pretty sure wasn't, if I remember. It was about a year or two ago that I watched it, so... Really good show, though. Nana's pretty good. if you're into that sort of thing. If you're not, then
Really good
don't.
show.
Really good show. You should watch it if you like that sort of thing. If not,
Yes.
then, well, no.
Fuck you.
Well.
Basically, is what he's saying.
Yup. Fuck you.
Guys.
Mm-hmm.
I coughed.
Mm-hmm.
So, your number 4.
My number 4.
Yeah.
Well, I actually want you to do a set like whoever your cross was with as well, because of the fact that we both have Coco.
Asuna from SAO.
Okay, talk about Asuna, and then, because we pretty much have the same feelings on Coco, so I'll just... And people already know
Yeah.
She's my number 4 as well. Which is
My
weird that we
kinda-
got the same positioning. Like,
It is.
Didn't plan for that.
No, we didn't. we're quite uniquely alike, I think, between the two of us when it comes to the love of certain characters. But no, Asuna is one of the main characters in Sword Art Online. She's been through the original SAO. She was kind of like a support role in the GGO arc. She's one of the main characters in the Mother's Rosario arc. And she's genuinely just a cool character, especially the person that plays her. Does it really, really well. She's definitely evolved since like the first sort of 20 episodes. I know people like slag SAO off like in a general term a lot of the time, but
Yeah, I do.
I think that
Not gonna
it's just
lie,
down to-
I was kind of there as well for the first season.
but it's
I can't
there's
say much
such a
about
good. No, but there's such a good. I mean, it speaks for itself how good it is. The fact that it had more seasons, so you've got all these people that bitched about.
Well,
SAO
you say
and
that,
SAO.
but everyone also hates on Sekirei, and that got a second season.
Yeah, Sekirei is like fucking awesome though.
Have you actually seen Sekirei? Because I thought it was like okay, but not the best. Are you literally
watched-
saying that because of the back of the case? Pretty sure you're going to say
No.
yes. Aw.
Nope.
I wanted you to say
Genuinely,
yes.
I watched the entirety of Sekirei.
Likewise. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was like I don't think it deserves to be said and called the shit. Just like well, not the shit, but shit. As you know what the shit.
Don't
The
don't
shit
be
implies
so mean.
awesome. But yes.
So mean. But yeah, Asuna is, or Asuna, as Kirito calls her. She's Kirito's, I think, official, like, kind of boyfriend, girlfriend type thing. But they're
You
not,
think,
but they are.
But they are, but they're not. Oh.
Yeah,
It's not like they
kinda-
were married in the video game. Spoilers. Lol. Rip.
Yeah.
At this
Correct.
point, I don't think it's really
It
a
matters.
spoiler. In the sense of SAO was kind of like the big show of that year, essentially.
Yeah. It's the big show this year as well. I mean,
No, I wouldn't say the big show.
it is
Well,
a big show, though.
well, obviously, it's fucking considered a mainstream show now.
Oh, easily.
That's what I
think
mean.
they're
It's
gonna
not
go-
like the big show, but it's obviously a big show. But what would you say is like the show this season? Because obviously, being a man who doesn't follow what everyone else in the world thinks, and I just say that Twin Towers is the best show this season. Weirdly enough, not everyone thinks that. I don't know why.
Personally, to be honest, I think
I'm not basing
the
off of-
show
Go on.
this season is probably going to be a Kamika kill.
That's
I
the
mean-
only other thing, because I don't like thinking that in the sense of a Kamiko as a carryover from last season.
No, you're thinking of the wrong thing.
No, Kamika Kill was a carryover, right? From last season. What episode's it on?
Mm, No, it's
What
just
ep- no,
finished
what
up this
episode
last
is it on?
episode. Oh, 24.
It's a carryover.
Yeah, but
That's what I mean. It's carryover, not... Like, when I think of this season, I mean, like, started this season. It doesn't really matter, but... Like, Kill la
No.
Kill was, like, to me, the one of its season.
yeah,
Because
I think okay.
it's
I
not
think
considered
the top
mainstream in the sense of, like, things, but it still was, like, the big show to me, because everyone I knew was talking about it, but...
yeah.
There
I
hasn't
think-
really been a show this season that all the people I talked to have like been talking about that I'm aware of. That I might just.
I think, to be honest, the official like big one for this, or the official big ones for this season have been the Fate Stay Night, Terraformers,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Log Horizon Season 2.
I wouldn't say so much Log Horizon Season 2, but yeah, I can definitely see Fate Stay Night now that I think about it. Totally forgot about it. Haven't been watching, so. But yeah, no, that's pretty much the thing that one of the groups I'm in pretty much actually gets together and does a little group watch of. I don't join them because I haven't been watching it or anything, but plus my internet's shit, so I probably wouldn't be doing too well with that. Yeah, you're number 4, Asuna, basically.
Yep. So you're number 4.
Besides Coco, obviously, because I was smart and I did a backup, which is weird that we both did it number 4 and both did a sort of backup.
Just in case.
Well, obviously, but the fact that it was still the same, but yeah. My backup is Hibiki Tachibana from Symphogear.
Yep.
For some reasons, partially, first figure I ever owned as well, I'm pretty sure. And her character design, I just fucking love. Look, honestly, most of these purely based on character design. As a man who is drawing tamangos and draws pictures of just random bullshit, character design is something that I find important in a lot more ways than some. For example, with you, it's probably like the actual art style is the reason you watch shows. Even if it's like shitty in every other respect, you watch it for like how it looks. But to me, rather than just how it looks, it's like a character's design. Which is why I was saying with Railgun, there isn't like sort of a really standout design of a character that's like, oh my god, like cutest girl in show, because it's like there just isn't one for me. Not saying character designs are bad. I would honestly just say they're like good, not bad, above average. They're not like amazing. They're also far from terrible, sort of thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But pretty much spoke all about Index N, but I just like Hibiki and all of her inserts on this are awesome. The only down... I kinda like Chris as well from Symphogear. The only one I don't really like of the 3 is the other one. I'm even addressing her as the other one. That's how much I just don't care.
Wow. Talk about letting down the waifu brigade.
Fuck that one with the blue hair.
Yeah, who's she again?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I can't remember her name, and I can't read the Japanese on my white short cards either. Yeah, Hibiki,
Is that why
10 out
you're
of 10.
so bitter?
Huh?
I said, is that why you're so bitter?
What do you mean?
Because you can't read the Japanese on the card.
No. I just don't remember her name, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember who you are, so rip.
Right.
Yeah, basically, Hibiki Tachibana, like 10 out of 10.
Cool.
I also just like her character in general.
Not 10 out of 10 enough, though, is it?
Sniff. I just say 10 out of 10 for the hell of it, in case you haven't guessed. I don't think anything in the world is 10 out of 10. There's obviously always room for improvement, no matter what you say. For example, if there was no picture of Ilya with like just a shirt, then obviously she's far from not 10 out of 10, because that is an improvement that could be made.
If that was an actual figure, money would go out of my wallet so fast there would be burn marks.
Wow.
It would be
not just because it's
it would
burnt.
be a colossal.
Anyway, your number 5. Also your last
number 5. My number 5 was going to be a certain one.
If you're not going to bring it up, I want you to just like at least say who it is and just not talk about it.
No. My number 5 is, you already brought her up, is Tiger.
Okay then.
Tiger Isaka from Toradora, because Toradora...
Did you suddenly change that, or...?
No, that was an original choice.
Okay then.
It was just irony, because you had said, and I was like, I don't want to tell you yet that she's already in my list, otherwise it ruins the whole... I've already got her.
But you could just say like, oh, she's... she might be in the list, she might not, rather than like, she's special.
I have a profound love for Toradora. Just the show in general. It's another love
comedy. Toradora's a great show, though.
I think I just have a thing for like love comedies.
I think I would say a lot of people do. I mean, I definitely agree with you there that I also do.
I just think it's such a nice...
as it would be addressed as.
Yeah, rom-coms are like just
not love comedy,
general.
romantic comedy.
I think that one's definitely on par storyline wise and like delivery with Golden Time, but she's not as cool. Sorry, I say she's not as cool as Coco. They're both equal in both respects, but they're both played like really differently.
Yeah.
Or portrayed differently, I should say.
According to that one quiz I did, because people do quizzes on the internet, I am Tiger. How does that make you feel?
Disappointing, because I can't remember who I ended up being.
I don't know, because you were like, this is who I am. I'm like, you fucked it up.
Yeah, I'm like, I pressed the wrong button, obviously. I think I was a guy, so I was a little bit disappointed.
Oh, I'm a guy, man. Fuck my life.
It was exactly like that. I was just like, yeah, this is not cool.
Yeah,
it's like, who, why? No, please.
Please.
No, please.
No, please.
No, please. It was like that. It was like, no, please. Life no good. Don't do it to me. Please. Just no. And then sadness. Much sadness.
Moderately off topic, but hey.
Yeah.
Keep
so, ultimate waifus have been completed.
Of yours, at least.
For me.
I was about to be like, wow.
So this guy called Jordan would now like some thing to do with his.
Hi, I'm waving my arm like really wide, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's like the distance. There's like a wide distance between the starting and ending point of the wave. It's not like short. It's like moving my whole arm for the wave and not just like my forearm. Anyway, those of you who don't know human anatomy are fucked, but hey. Anyway, number 5 is Charlotte Denoir, obviously. Pretty sure I mentioned it somewhat earlier.
I'm actually surprised you only just picked her.
No, I'm not surprised at all, obviously. I'm not surprised, am I? But, yeah. Because as much as I do like her, I do have to put specific others above. And again, past Sheena, this is also somewhat not as much as a top 5 as it is just like these are ones I like because I'm really indecisive. Which is why on, for example, my Hummingbird account, I have like a dickload of favourites. I can't pick favourites. Sheena's pretty much only there.
No, my favourites list on things might as well just be the entire list of every anime that I've ever watched or wanted to watch.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I pretty much just like put ones on there that's like, these are ones that really stood out to me, as in like, Rail was.
Yeah.
You know, like stuff like Penguin. Have you seen Penguin Drum?
No, I don't think I have.
Penguin Drum is like proper fucking good. Honestly, one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Really?
It takes, yes, genuinely it is.
It's not like
it's also
Penguin.
Kind of surprising. I want you all to watch Penguin Drum sometime, not as my feature or anything, but just like genuinely check it out. If you don't, it's one of those shows you're gonna have to stick with in order to see why.
If you don't, you'll die.
No, if you don't stick with it, you'll just like come out with a really big misconception of what the show is. Because I don't want to say why, because obviously it's a huge spoiler, and especially because Dave's here, I also don't want to say it. So whenever Dave does watch it, we'll talk about it, because fucking great show.
When Dave finishes watching everything else he's got to watch.
No, Penguin Drum's on that list, so it kind of doesn't fall under that. But yeah, those are the waifus, essentially. Didn't go into shit about Charlotte, but hey. Other than the fact that she dresses up as a man at some point, and apparently...
And Jordan finds that highly attractive.
Girls wearing man clothes. It's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. I can't disagree. Not saying I'm into men. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. But
he is into men.
Into girls dressed up as men.
Just to put that out there.
No issues with...
Jordan is for sale, by the way, if you guys want to borrow him.
Borrow, for sale, I think you mean rent. Jeez.
Rent. So you're a rent boy.
No.
Is so.
Anyway,
is so funny,
topic time.
It makes me laugh.
Topic time, Dave.
Topic time.
Topic time.
It is nice topic time.
Do you remember what the topic is? I do.
No.
No. Basically, what Dave suggested for the topic was basically.
What I suggested and then promptly forgot.
Yeah. What he suggested yesterday was essentially basically just us as fans of the things that we like into real worlds, more or less. I guess it's all prejudice. I'm pretty sure you mentioned the word prejudice, which I apparently have a hard time saying. Prejudice. There we go. Against, like, anime fans. Which I want you to go into more detail about because, like, I haven't had that much of an experience with it, personally.
With what in particular?
No, as in, like... Because I'm aware that, especially in America, so my friend John, who isn't Senpai, but... he's pretty much... Around his area, it's the sort of thing, like... It's really nice if you basically are considered normal, then everything over there is, like, awesome and nice and everyone gets along. But if you don't, then you'll be shat on. Because I always feel like, people in, like, America around the sort of Tennessee area or in the South, as I think people say, are like, like, really super nice and stuff like that. But, and then he's like, no, I've had a horrible fucking time because I like anime. And apparently that's, like, everyone's just going to shit on you because you don't like the sports. And, like, And then other people who are, like, sort of moderately considered, finger quote, normal, are like, it's a really nice place, everyone gets along, it's like everyone's your family, and they're like, But basically that, because I've never had anything like that. Because, like... Yeah,
you're basically bitched on because...
Because of the fact that, because you're not
you
like
anime.
everyone else, basically. Whereas with me, it's like, both of my parents have always been like, you like what you like, so... I mean, let's get this straight.
I don't have any...
Wait. My mother got me a hentai manga for my birthday last year.
Oh, wow.
On accident, because I had it on my Amazon wishlist just for the hell of it, and then she got it and I was like, ha, that's funny. And then she was just like, whatever, so I'm like, those are my parents, basically.
Oh.
They're fine with it. They don't give a fuck.
Oh dear.
I mean, that's why... Whereas with John used to hide his Darky markers when he had them. Whereas I've just like...
Why?
No, because of his parents aren't obviously as supportive of it. They're all like, fucking weeby ass piece of shit. Like sports. Wow. More or less. At least he did hid it from his mother, at least, I mean, but... And then in, like, school, I was like, I didn't get along with people as much. Because of the fact of, like, we didn't have as much in common, obviously. It's like, I still have friends. It's like, I wasn't, like, a loner the whole time. Just for the first 2 years. Not even. It was
Until you found somebody that
No,
liked
it wasn't.
Stuff.
No, they didn't even like it. All I remember is I showed some of my friends High School of the Dead. And that was, like, the best way to bond with my friends who like normal things. If you have friends who like normal things, that normal boys do at least, make them watch High School of the Dead, and they will probably be even better friends with you.
Just whatever you do, don't show them hentai.
Show them hentai if you want. Dudes love tits, apparently. According to generic boy stuff, dudes love big tits.
Oh dear.
I'm not saying I do. I like average to small.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
we
more
are brothers.
I'm more of a booty man.
Walks in and a bitty
anyway, I think you should actually talk about the topic that you chose. So go ahead.
Yeah, I did kind of pick the topic. It'd only be fair for me to
actually
continue with this topic.
Mm. I'll pitch in where I can, but I pretty much got out most of what I wanted to say. I even brought up a story about the other side, so top that, bitch. Nah.
Well, yeah. The thing is, I know a lot of people don't care.
Yeah.
You know, just in general about what they, just kind of like what they fucking like. But there are a lot of people out there who genuinely don't want people to know they like the kind of stuff that they do.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it comes down to just
how that sort of thing's viewed in general culture.
Yeah, kind of like a taboo project.
Even in Japan, especially in Japan, actually. In a lot of places. Like, real talk, though. Like, none of this, like, dumb weeby bullshit of Japan is, like, the sort of safe haven for anime fans. It's not.
It isn't.
It
I mean, there's certain parts where you can go that.
Yeah, obviously places like Akihabara and all that sort of bullshit, where it's like, those are the places you mainly hear of, and for a reason. Because they are one of the few places where you can actually go around and see anime everywhere, but there are places that you will go, and you won't. And for the reason of...
It's a taboo subject.
Yeah, more or less.
People still see it as kind of like a cartoon
also
thing.
As a waste of time, essentially.
Yeah,
the term otaku in
enough.
Japan is not good. Because it's essentially an obsession to the point of, like, you know... If you're obsessed
It's given
with
it a bad name.
Which is like the irony in the fact that people are like, I'm an otaku, which I don't even like calling. I would rather call myself a weeby piece of shit because it sounds funny. I will mock what I love because I love it either way.
Yeah.
Self-deprivating humour is one of the funniest types of humour to me. I will call myself a piece of shit because, fuck it, I can laugh at myself. And so can you, because you insult yourself too.
The thing is like, I know from personal experience, originally I had Mango stuff, I had, merch, I had figures, I had bits and pieces, I loved watching it and stuff, but I never made a big deal about, and I never really said anything to anybody, because generally, I think originally the first response I got was kind of like, what the fuck, it's just a cartoon, grow up. But at the same time, I mean, you put it into perspective, these guys make this stuff that takes a long fucking time, takes a lot of effort, and brings a lot of joy, and it's done in a characterization of cartoons, but
because one thing I will say is, especially in like this day and age, it shouldn't be a big deal at all. People still watch cartoons, and they're older than us. People watch My Little Pony, for example, in their 40s, and if those people said to you, "It's fucking a cartoon, get out," then you can tell them to go fuck themselves. Because they're literally watching a cartoon. That is pretty much, no offense, but I'm pretty sure it's aimed at, like, little girls, essentially. The branding, if nothing else, is, especially in the past. So, whereas Animus, like, wasn't, really. There are really dark Animus, like, there can be really dark cartoons. It's just animation. People love Disney, even when they're old as shit. So
prime example
Frozen
would probably be.
I'm just gonna say Frozen. I haven't seen Frozen. I don't really care to.
Frozen.
But if anyone says I love Frozen and they say grow up, stop watching cartoons, then you have a prime comeback in the sense of you're watching cartoons and you're talking about it constantly. Stop singing that one song. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it goes, but I know people sing it all the time. And I don't really care.
Yeah, exactly. If people want to watch shit, then
watch what you want, man.
Fine.
If people don't like you, then fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand that people can't do that in some situations, like,
they're worried about. I mean, at the end of the day, I think if you're worried about losing friends and stuff,
not even friends specifically. It's just like, if it's seen as much of a negative thing as some people claim that it is, especially with my friend, it's like, especially in today's day and age, when you go for a job, they can actually check, like, your social media sometimes, apparently, and if you have a bunch of that, they might sort of discriminate against you, and that is probably the worst case scenario, and I don't even think that they would.
No, that wouldn't even happen.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck me, I'd probably never have got this job that I worked for if that was the case. But, I mean, the biggest thing is don't worry about it. If your friends are going to bitch at you about it, but in like in a genuinely malicious way, then fuck them. Tough shit. They don't like it. I mean, I got people that like football. I think football's shit.
Likewise, personally. I think a lot of people can say football. I don't get it personally. It's like, I get it. I understand if, like, sports can be very violent, not just in, like, the actual match or anything, but outside there have been riots. I think that's ridiculous. But they can also bring people together. I understand that, and I think that's great. But so can a lot of things. I don't like sports, and don't, like, say, hey, like sports, faggot. It's like, I don't like it. You might as well. So.
Why not? Just admit it.
What?
That people are faggots.
Yeah, people are faggots, whatever.
I
can consider myself a faggot in numerous, not in a literal sense, but in the terms that people on the internet would say it.
Yeah, I mean, the problem I had when I was slightly, ever so slightly younger.
What sort of age group are we talking here? Because I'm curious. Because obviously, me
Like
being
between,
like
say,
a considerable
like
number of years younger than you.
Younger than you?
No, obviously, me being a considerable number of years younger than you, it's like.
Well,
Like when
I
you
was
said
around,
when
like,
you were younger.
16, so say eight,
Yeah, okay.
8 years ago.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
Wait, really? How old are you
yeah,
again?
I'm 26.
No, that would be 18. 8 years ago.
Yeah, good point.
I was like 6.
Alright,
Wait,
10,
what?
10 years ago. Damn it, I didn't want to admit it was 10 years.
Wow.
I think that's what it was.
Dave's 10
Um,
year anniversary. Also
yes.
known as the anniversary of Index. Oh, the manga, I mean. I said this before and I didn't this time, so I thought I'd bring it up again.
Oh my god, stop being a noob. But yeah, anyway, like back then, like trying to get people to understand the greatness of it. I think a lot of it stems from Ghibli Studios. Like they'll watch that and they'll be like, "Oh, that was that was really good, so well done." And then you try and introduce them to a similar thing, made not by the same people. It's not a film; it's a series, and suddenly it's, "Oh, I don't want to watch cartoons." It's like, well, what? Huh?
I don't. I mean, especially back then, I guess I could understand a little more because of the fact that obviously a movie's budget and actual time spent animating would be a lot higher. Typically, I'm not saying for sure. Like typically,
Yeah.
obviously, the animation quality is probably a lot higher, but at the same time, it's like still obviously finger quote cartoons. It's all animation. That's part of what I want to just mention. Like, I can do something that looks like anime, but it's not classed as anime.
Yeah.
It's animation. Cartoons are animation. It's like
The anime is
Japanese animation. Essentially, it has to be made.
and
Was it
produced?
and
It has to be
It was
produced. It has to be produced in Japan.
pretty
But
much a
the
manga.
title's obviously
Here's one thing that I want to just quickly bring up. What would a manga classify as? Because it's also read differently. Would it Would it be a case of it has to be made in there, or is it just the way that you read it? Because the thing I'm making, I address as a mango.
Manga's a genre
Okay, then.
type.
Yeah, because
So-
I address mine as a mango because it's like I'm making it, but I'm not in Japan, but it reads the same and it's for the same audience as like people who
Yeah.
would read manga. So I address it as a mango just because I also find that more fun to say. It's like mango, animu and mangoes. It's more fun. I don't care. I'm not a pretentious piece of shit.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think basically what we're trying to say is if you like it,
like what you
let
want.
people know.
If people
or carry the stuff you want to carry. If you want to walk around with a fucking Laura Bodwig strap on your phone, then do so. I do.
it's true.
She's great.
That's
I have, I wear my fucking t-shirts out. My merch.
You genuinely can encounter other people who like it because even I have, and I live in the fucking middle of nowhere essentially, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And you'll be surprised. I mean,
You will
somebody
be.
around you might.
I was
like it
watching
and-
Black Bullet at a place I had to go, just like sitting there watching, and the guy just like sitting across from me was like, "Is that One Piece?" Because all he could do is hear it; he couldn't actually see it. So just like Japanese dialogue, I guess, and he just sort of automatically thought, "Is that One Piece?" I'm like, "No, it's something else." But hey, how's it going?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
And
Want to
then
be
I had my
friends.
Assassin's Creed hoodie on, so it was like Assassin's Creed 3, not like the shit one, the one with the peak.
Not the shit one.
Unity, the one that runs like Total Arse and all that bullshit that I just
Yeah.
don't care about anymore.
I know. What you
I've
mean.
detached myself from the Assassin's Creed stuff, but I like my hoodie because that's a little peak. The peak's cool. I like the hoodies. Not gonna lie.
I think I like buying all like the clothes and stuff as well because when I'm
Yeah.
out, it's nice to support my waifus. And
Represent.
Yeah, represent. I mean, I genuinely think that more people would be happier in their lives if they watched anime.
Yeah, I mean that's
I
another.
could be biased.
Yeah, I know. I will say that as well, to be honest, because a lot of as opposed to the cartoons that I would watch, which is just like most of the ones I watch. I'm not saying all cartoons in the world are like fucking just slapstick humor and all this, ah ha ha, funny. But like with anime, it's like different, and I actually called it anime instead of anime because like this is me putting on my pretentious voice of saying it's different in the sense of, for me at least, it actually does get a message across, which is something I want to do with this thing I'm doing now, because it genuinely, it can like change you as a person. Like, as an example, if you go to the cinema, watch a movie you really like, and you start to mimic whatever the fuck they do, and it like sort of integrates into your personality, you are what you consume as well, basically. Like, if you watch, for example, when I was doing like my Let's Plays like years ago, like I've been doing it for like 6 years now, more or less. If you actually go back and watch like those, you like see, like, oh, this is when I fucking years ago, like when I gave a shit and like watched PewDiePie for like a little while, and you could sort of pick up on little bits that like influence my personality. And if you go forward a bit, it's something else. If you go forward even more, it's something else. And I watch Two Best Friends Play, and it's like you can probably pick that up sometimes in just how I talk, because you pretty much pick things up from like who you watch, and then you essentially become them.
Don't don't feel bad about liking the stuff you like.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it.
Like in anime, like in mangas. If you want to read a manga out in the public,
I did it in school.
Whatever, then feel free.
I took my Haruhi mangas and my Venus versus Virus mangas with me at school just because I was like, I like this. And one of the people sitting next to me asked me something about Bleach, and I'm like, just because I was like that sort of I was a bit of a little pretentious piece of shit back then. Like, oh, you're talking about Bleach? Pfft, this is like Venus versus Virus. You've never heard of it, I know. It's like, oh, I've never heard of that one. I'm like, I fucking know, no one has. Hipster - pretentious piece of shit is what I was at that specific moment in time.
But the thing is, you gotta...
Oh, don't bottle it up. I mean, if you want to, fine, then... you live your life how you want.
Kind of deal with things in their own way, if that makes sense.
But at the same time, you're not going to have as easy of a time to like find people who you can get along with as easily. Because if you're just going around being like, "Hey, I like football. I don't really like football, but let's be friends," then obviously you're not going to be very good friends because you don't genuinely have as much in common as you would if you actually try to. Forums on the internet, let's just put it that way. You can go on Hummingbird, go on Anime League, you can go on our one whenever we actually get it sorted out, which will be a little while, but that's part of the reason we're actually wanting to make it. Because I've met a lot of people online, and I'm not going to lie, I fucking have more friends.
Met online.
Exactly.
We're like best bros, and now we're podcasting because...
Exactly, you meet people online, and they're cool people. Like Joseph met him online, James, I met him online, and I met him in person when we went to Alcon. It's like... It's awesome to meet people online. It's easier to make friends online than it is in person, in the sense of you can go to a place online that's just like filled with people who you can easily get along with because it's sort of catered to that audience. But at the same time, a lot of people would also say like, oh, it's not the same as being in person, whereas to me it's like, yeah, I can agree, because I would be fucking awkward as shit in person if I were just meeting someone. Especially a while ago, more specifically, because I was a lot more like awkward in person. But now I'm a lot less. No, I'm a lot less now. If you ever go to a convention, by the way, talk to random people. It's good. Yeah, you will actually get a conversation, because the first year I went to Alcon, just like with my two friends, I was like, no, I'm not going to really talk to anyone. I'm like, and then I spoke to people, and like when I took pictures with two guys who went to Alcon and would dress up in like Tails cosplay, we had a nice long talk. Accidentally spoiled some of Tales of Xillia 2 because he was dressed up as Jude from Tales of Xillia 2, so I just imagined that he finished it, and I'm sorry if you're listening to this for doing that, because I still feel bad that I ruined a certain aspect of the game for you. Because I just assumed... But, yeah, we are getting a bit off topic, but...
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also on topic, because it's just like, there are places you can go to meet people who like the same stuff. If you can go to a convention, I highly recommend it. If you can go to an expo, less or so, but still do it, because expos are more focused on what they're showing you and not the people, whereas conventions are.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the two. If you go to an expo, you're going there to like play games or see whatever's up, whereas a convention, it's just a group of people. It's great.
Conventions are more of a social...
Yeah, definitely. As a man who went to Eurogamer Expo and as a man who went to Alcon and just easily saw the difference of like, wow, there's not much to see apart from like panels and stuff maybe, but it's like there are no sort of exclusive game releases that you can play here early, but it's not saying it's bad, it's great.
I think it's just nice if you can share what you love with people.
Yeah,
and
it definitely is. Because if, friends are cool. Yeah, friends are cool. Honestly, I'm going to be just fully disclose the fact that in the past I was like, I'm going to be a total dick to everyone I meet because otherwise they're just not worth my time. If you can't handle my worst, you don't deserve my bit. No.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No.
It does sometimes.
It kind of did to some extent, but at the same time it's like... It's like, well,
Yeah.
It can only go up from here, but at the same time I was also like... I kind of... I'm going to be honest, I semi-regret the fact that I, became a bit more sociable because of the fact that it now takes up more time. And before I started talking to a lot of people, I was like, I'm going to be incredibly productive and actually do a buttload of stuff. Whereas now I'm, talking to people. It's like this... Nah. But at the same time, I've met people who have skills that I could probably never fucking get. So it's also helpful if you do want to be productive, because, I'm going to be honest, Joseph saved my fucking ass when it came to my, literally last exam in college, because I was like, my lecturer's not helping me, the internet's not helping me, but he knew what to do, and then he helped me out, and then I actually passed and didn't fail college. So thank you, Joseph, for helping me not fail college.
Yeah.
See?
Definitely.
People can be cool. People can also be huge fucking dicks. But people can also be cool. I'm not gonna lie, I've met a good number of dicks in my life, and I'm pretty sure you have too.
He loves dicks.
No.
Oh dear.
I'll let
you.
you. I'll let you pretty much say any last things or anything you want to add. Because I've pretty much got all mine out of the way.
You pretty much just spoke forever.
Yeah, I know that's why I was letting you have a chance, but if I've covered everything that you want.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered what we need to cover. I think in the future as well, if you're unsure about how to approach the subject, or basically just don't hide it. I mean, I don't give a fuck. My room is covered with lolly posters and fucking God knows what else.
Likewise, except not lolly.
I quite happily, openly admit that I love all this stuff, and
you'll grow out of it probably. Especially as one thing I will say. Because I'm not going to lie, I did, to some extent I would try and hide it, but now it's I'm older and I also don't give as much of a fuck about my social standing as some would say.
Yeah.
It's at some point you're just going to be like, I don't want to live a lie anymore. That or you could just exactly. Actually end up, again, like I said, you somewhat become who you're around, or who you watch, or whatever you consume. So you might end up genuinely liking whatever and not liking other things. So, life advice, I guess.
Life advice.
Also, if you need life counselling, like in that one anime with the little sister, then we will gladly be your Oni-chans as well as your senpais. Yeah. Although you are heavily advised to not address us as senpai if you are going to ask for advice, because we probably won't notice the fact that you asked us. If you address us as Oni-chan,
senpai will not notice you.
As the intro.
But on an ending note, thank you for listening to us ramble on about shit again.
I told you it would be 2 hours.
It did turn out to be 2 hours.
Nailed
it's probably going to be an hour and 45 to be honest this time.
Probably.
So
I do have a little bit to cut out because I fucked up, kinda.
Yes, you did.
Oh
but
yeah.
No, it's been a pleasure as always, guys. So this is bye from Dave of Senpai PP.
And this is goodbye from Jordan of Senpai.co.uk and Senpai PP and other things such as that. As usual, if you want to get in touch with us, we have Twitter and Facebook, both. Whatever link you go to find a user, and then dash the real senpais, because sure. Yes. And you can get our emails, which I have to sort out for Dave still. So if you've been sending emails to Dave at senpai.co.uk, he hasn't got them yet. No. Or Jordan at senpai.co.uk, which I do have set up, and I have for a while. So, yes. And as usual, links in the description for product things.
Anything relevant.
Yeah, more or less. Anything that we've been talking about, except for animus, because that would take too long for me, and I'm too lazy for that. But everything else, for the most part, we'll put in. And, on that note, Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening,
And
dash
good
watching.
night.
And hopefully we'll have an audio version at some point.
Yeah, I'm working on that, and I will have a bash at it next weekend.
Yeah, you will. So, look forward to that, I guess. Anyway, see ya.
Take care, guys.
See you, nerds.